Oh man, our class was so intense today. My head, I just can't even...
This is supposed to be a 3-credit class, not a 6-credit.
Roselle, what can you say?
Look at this guy.
Well, what are we supposed to do for the final project in the first place?
I'm not exactly sure.
What the?
Whoa! What is that?
It looks like map.
If there's a place you gotta go, I'm the one you need to know. I'm the map.
From,
Give me Laurel.
is this the type of map that I think it is?
It's a treasure map!
And now for our feature presentation.
At first glance, Scorned as Timber might seem like a simple landscape painting of a tall pine tree, portrayed as unrealistically taller than its surroundings. At second glance, however, this painting is symbolic of Emily Carr's life and conveys to the viewer how she felt at the time she painted it. The majority of the work is colored with different shades of blue, which in this case represent spirituality. This idea is important in Carr's life because she was heavily influenced by the spirituality of the Native Americans. In the background of the piece, as the viewer moves along the hills from right to left, the hills turn from green to blue. This reinforces the spiritual theme and draws our attention to the heavens above. The heavens are desperately trying to be reached by the lone pine tree, the focus of the painting. This tree symbolizes hope because it is the only tree left unharmed by the surrounding environmental genocide. Carr paints several stumps around the tree, which she calls screamers, or the cry of the tree's heart before it gave that sway and dreadful groan of falling. Perhaps the most surprising and remarkable aspect of this painting is its tie to Christianity, because, in fact, this piece makes reference to the crucifixion of Christ. While Christ was scorned by people, so too was this tree scorned by the axemen. Both, however, were loved by God, hence the bright light surrounding the tree. Yet another feature to strengthen the Christian ties is an unmistakable blob of dark paint on the tree trunk, making a connection to the actual cross that Jesus Christ was crucified on. In comparison, Mont Saint-Victor by Paul Cézanne in the 1880s is like Scorned as Timber in the fact that it is also oil on canvas. Just like Carr's work, this painting was inspired by the artist's hometown. The most important similarity of these two pieces is, of course, the lone tree reaching into the clouds. In both artworks, the hills in the background draw the attention of the viewer upwards, so that we notice the sky. Besides the portrayal of the hills, the scenery of the paintings is in fact very different. While Scorned as Timber is peppered with symbolic imagery, the background and
Let's face it, we're lost.
We can't be lost. We followed Dora's map. It was accurate.
Dude, that map's in rough shape though.
Yeah, true. Let's just list off the landmarks, see if we got by them.
Alright, well back there we went past that forked tree.
Correct.
We saw the mossy boulder.
I like that boulder. That is a nice boulder.
Yeah.
Check.
Alright, we saw a big hole.
Check.
And that bush that looked like Bill Gates we passed.
We passed that bush 3 times already.
Oh, if only Arnold Schwarzenegger was here!
He's not here. Don't bring him up again.
Wow!
Guys, this reminds me of Emily Carr's self-discovery and her journey. Hear me out! Emily Carr was born in 1871 in British Columbia. She studied at San Francisco School of Art.
However, she did not get into art seriously until 1891 after her parents' death. Yeah.
In 1907, she took a trip with her sister to a native village in Canada. This was very influential to her and changed her style of artworks to totem poles and other depictions of natives in Canada. Her primary goal for these natives was for the government to buy their property so that they could have some sort of income. But that did not happen. She felt discouraged and once again felt like she was failing. She went to France and decided to get more training.
Her French influence was apparent by her bright, fauvish colors and broken brushstrokes. Even after this additional training, she felt as if she still was not making an adequate living. She felt discouraged and decided she would try her luck with other methods of working. These activities included running a boarding house, raising sheepdogs, making pottery, and giving art lessons.
Interesting.
Hey guys, let's take a walk in the forest.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Guys, wait! Where are you going? Oh my gosh, I don't feel too good.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Wow, I must have had something bad in Baker today because these trees are talking to me.
This baker you speak of, is it toxic?
Yeah, you could say that. Wait, why am I talking to trees?
You tell us. You responded. Anyway, who are you and what are you doing here?
My name is Sika and I'm here looking for buried treasure that my friends have on their map.
How rude that they left you.
Ha! Wandering around, you are secluded.
Only the trees for company.
And you're unable to return to your previous location.
That's eerie and creepy. Sort of reminds me of Emily Carr's Totem Walk at Sitka, though.
What?
Well, let me just tell you about it anyway, since I'm already talking to you, trees. Emily Carr uses a range of beautiful, vibrant colors. The dark blue matches the orange in the first totem pole, which catches the viewer's eye instantly. The deep brown and green she uses fully embrace the canopy feel of her tunnel. This tunnel reminds us of tunnel vision, which is when you lose your peripheral vision and can only see a small circular portion of the whole image through your eye. This is seen here as Carr takes the eye of the viewer and focuses it specifically on the small focal point in the distance, which was the pool of light. Around 1930, she was closely related to the Group of Seven, which is when her art took a dramatic turn and decided to switch from landscapes to mainly forests. The medium of watercolor gave her the freedom to work outdoor as she wanted to. Alexander Young Jackson was more famously known as A.Y. Jackson. As you can see in his painting, it is more open than Emily Carr's. In the second totem pole on the left, an eagle has just landed. An eagle for the U.S. symbolizes freedom. This eagle is perched, waiting, and watching. Maybe Jackson wanted to incorporate these feelings into his painting because he proudly painted a land he will always defend as a Canadian citizen. Looking at Carr's piece, you can see her influence of natives because she shows two beautiful poles close up. Unlike Jackson's painting, whose point of view is farther away, the difference of texture between the two is due to the mediums used. Carr uses watercolor and Jackson uses oils. Oil allows for a thicker application and more prominent brushstrokes, unlike watercolor, which is thinner and blends together better. Carr uses natural lighting and captures it between the trees. Looking at Carr's work, you feel as though you're walking along the path that she has painted. Unlike Jackson, who uses natural light as well, but everything is open. Everyone has goals. For a long time, Emily Carr had the wrong goals. She was trying to embrace the world that was not ready for her. She thought that because she was not popular, there was something wrong with her. So she kept training and trying again, only to fail once more. When Emily Carr painted her Totem Walk at Sitka, she had the goal of trying to get the government to be aware and buy her work. But when they refused, she felt defeated. We've all heard the phrase, "there's a light at the end of the tunnel." Yet Carr kept getting discouraged and restarting her career goals and choices. I think this light at the end of the tunnel for her is a symbol to keep going for her dreams, to persist no matter what, and to finally succeed in her passion of art. We all go through hard times, but what makes a person strong is pulling oneself through these hard times. Emily Carr did that throughout her entire life. So that's basically it. Do you get it now?
Yeah, we get it now.
Nice to listen to a human for a change who knows something intelligent.
Well, I guess I could say that my friend's disappearance was a complete waste of time.
Seika, there you are.
Where were you?
I was talking to the hell? These trees had faces. Wow, I need to eat some home-cooked food. Where'd you two go anyway?
I saw a unicorn.
I smelled cinnamon buns.
Let's get going before we all go mad.
Madder than a hatter. Oh, just a fourth wall joke for fans of Alice in Wonderland, you know.
What's wrong?
What are you doing, guy?
Nature impacted by humans. Horrible, horrible. Emily Carr's Above the Gravel Pit is a modernist style that was done in 1937 after her stroke in 1930. It is depicting a landscape that is rolling and a sky that appears to be undulating. The sheer size of the forest in the background is well noted, but the detail in the foreground is surprising. At first, you can't really tell what this painting is about unless if you look at the title. Once that is done, the landscape falls into place, as it appears part of the area was stripped of trees. Another observation that can be made is the color scheme, which is very dark and cold compared to some of her other paintings. Also, the way she depicts the undulating land and sky shows that the land appears to be in pain at what has happened to it. The splotches of red in the foreground may just be red soil, but the way they are put down makes it look like the land is bleeding due to the pain inflicted upon it in the harvesting of mineral resources and replacing it with gravel. This could be connected to her love of nature and landscapes, which she picked up later in life when she claimed she needed a way to truly express herself as native totem poles were becoming inadequate. In contrast, John Sanders' painting Gravel Pit in 1968 is stylistically very different. It is mostly black and white drawings filled by sometimes purples, blues, and yellows, making an unpleasant and uncomfortable atmosphere. It shows the land has been turned into an ugly state by the harvest of a mineral resource in an area, turning it into a gravel pit. He was originally a photographer from Britain and had many sentiments about what happened when the countryside was industrialized. Both artworks are very different in style and artist, but they get across the same message that not being careful when harvesting mineral resources causes pain even when no one notices. Okay, I'm fine. Let's go.
You're okay, right?
Yes, I'm fine.
That was weird.
I know, wasn't it? Maybe I was just feeling Emily Carr.
Let's get out of here. This forest is just weird.
Well, does anyone have any ideas? I'm out of ideas.
None here.
I can't believe it. Dora lied to us. Now we're lost.
Hey, what's that?
It looks like an X.
Hey, wait, I see something over here.
Are these books?
Yeah, 3 books with Emily Carr artwork on them.
Autographed by Emily Carr herself.
Yeah, shit, that's a win.
Let's go tell everybody.
There's still one problem.
What?
What's that?
We're still lost. And now, because we don't know any better, here are some bloopers.
This has been a broadcast about Emily Carr and her life. And as always, you stay classy, Juniata.
And then that big hole.
Check.
And that bush that looked like Bill Gates.
We passed that bush 3 times already! Nature impacted by humans. Adorable.
That's not an eagle.